If you are considering moving to Philly in 2023, then this video is for you. Everyone knows we've got great history, great food, great sports teams, but what else makes Philly so great? Well, in today's video, we're going to go over my top 5 reasons of why you should consider moving to Center City, Philly in 2023. So stay tuned so you don't miss out on all the exciting changes happening right here in Philly with all of our outdoor urban revitalization that we'll discuss in this video and so much more. Well, hey guys, this is Chris Fuhrman and this is my channel, Living in Center City, Philly. Welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Now, if this is your first time here to this channel and you want to learn more about what it's like to live and enjoy Center City, Philly, make sure to click the subscribe button below and click that bell so that you're notified each and every time we put out a brand new video. And we actually get a lot of people reaching out to us that are looking to relocate to Center City, Philly, and we love helping them. And if that's you, if you're considering moving to the city, whether it's the next few months or the next few years, don't hesitate to reach out. If you have any questions about the market, the neighborhoods here, particular condos, really anything else, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and we'd be more than happy to help you. We live in and breathe Center City, Philadelphia. All right, let's dive into my top 5 reasons of why you should consider moving to Philly in 2023. And these are in no particular order, by the way. All right, so my first reason, and you probably already expected this, so let's get it out of the way. Philly has so much rich history and culture here. Philly is arguably the most historical city in all of America. After all, we're the birthplace of the US, where the Declaration of Independence was signed and the Constitution, all were debated and agreed upon here by our founding fathers. And Philly was actually the first US capital, I'm sure you know that, before we moved down to DC. So really there's a lot of cool and neat history here to explore. And even beyond that, there's so much to do here in Philly. But furthermore, we do also have a thriving arts and cultural scene, great cuisine, and intense sports fans, as you may very well know. So there really is never a dull moment here with history, culture, all these events when you're exploring Philly. All right, so my second reason for why you should consider moving to Philly in 2023 is the walkability and convenience of the city. Now, I'm making some assumptions here, but if you're thinking about moving to Center City or Philly, you probably are aware that Philly is a major city, one of the top 10 largest in the US. So walking isn't really negotiable here. You probably aren't planning to drive all over with your car. Now, you can have a car here, but you're probably gonna be walking. Philadelphia is constantly ranked as one of the most walkable cities in America, and in 2023, USA Today's 10 Best Readers' Choice ranked Philly number 1 as the most walkable city in all of the US. And as you can imagine, being the most walkable section, that would be Center City, Philadelphia. It's really only about an hour walk from one end to the next, so maybe Penn's Landing to the Schuylkill River would take you about an hour to walk straight through. In many areas of Center City, in particular, you can walk to cafes, coffee shops, restaurants, shops, parks, your job, really the list goes on. So living in Center City is extremely convenient. My third reason why you should consider moving to Center City, Philly in 2023 is our affordability. Now, you may be wondering, wait, Philly's not exactly cheap. That is the case, it's all relative, I suppose. And I'm assuming a number of you are considering a relocation here from a higher cost of living area, say New York City, Washington, DC, maybe New Jersey, or places in California. We do see a lot of folks moving from these states and these cities. Compared to those options, Philly offers a whole lot, and we do it at a much better cost. You'll still get great high-paying jobs here, but the cost of living is not insanely high, so your dollar typically goes a bit further. You also will probably have lower taxes here than many of those higher cost of living areas like New York City or Cali, as our state income tax here is only about 3%, which can be potentially significant savings depending on where you're at. Now, even if you can afford those high cost living areas like New York City or California, Many cities really don't provide a much better alternative, in my opinion, for paying 5 to 10% more of your income to the government. Now, Philly does have a wage tax, but many other cities do as well, so this is probably a non-issue, but something you might want to look into when you're comparing your options. And if you're a retiree, your retirement income may have more favorable tax treatment here compared to where you're at in other states. Of course, please consult your CPA or tax professional. But if you have significant retirement funds, the savings of living here in Philly versus maybe New York or other places could be significant. I believe that the state taxes retirees a little bit different, but again, you're going to want to chat with your CPA or tax professional of what the benefits of living in Philly and Pennsylvania could be versus wherever you're at right now. Now, before we hop to our fourth option here, as much as we love making these videos, we really do love helping people relocate to Center City, Philly, even more. So if you're even remotely considering moving in the next few months or the next few years, it's really never too early to get actionable information. So give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email so we can keep you up to date on what's going on here in Center City, Philly, as far as the market and other exciting developments that are happening in Philly. And as a Center City specialist and real estate agent, we would love to help you find your next dream home. All right, the fourth reason why you should consider moving here to Center City, Philly in 2023 is due to all the urban revitalization that's going on here. Philly's changed a significant amount over the last few decades and is going to continue that positive growth, in my opinion, and many others, based on the changes and all of that going on here and all that's behind that movement. There's a ton of funding, research, development, institutions. A lot of people want to see Philly continue on in the prominence. There's a lot of local projects that are going on throughout the city that are really improving the lifestyle here for everyone. For example, Schuylkill Yards is a massive $3.5 billion project just west of Center City that's changing the landscape for the better. It's a massive development project which has and is taking some more rundown parts of the city that might, attract things that are negative and are beautifying them, and also bringing in more retail, office, and living spaces to those areas. Now, although that's not in Center City, it still is impacting Center City for the better. And really the division between Center City and University City, it's already starting to fade. I think over time, it's gonna be even harder to delineate in the future. They're really both great areas that are changing a lot and growing significantly. Another project here that in many ways is just getting started is the Rail Park. And you might have heard of it, but it's going to be a 3-mile greenway with different sections going through 10 neighborhoods, which is pretty cool. And Center City is one of them, and there's other adjacent neighborhoods as well. And the vision here is that the greenway will connect people to the city and to each other, which is pretty cool to build that community. Phase 1 is complete, and they're now working, I believe, on the other phases with fundraising and sustainability studies and things like that. And a portion of the space that they are revitalizing is a former railroad, hence the name, the Rail Project. But it's going to be pretty cool once it's done. In summary of this revitalization section, Philly really does have a lot going for it. And the city, even if they don't have the budget for a particular project, as I mentioned earlier, there are a number of people that really want to see Philly prosper. There's a number of wealthy foundations here, a ton of universities, UPenn, Drexel, etc., and a lot of companies and people in the area that really have that vision to see Philly to continue on in its prominence. So even if there's no money in the government, there's other organizations and entities that are funding different projects and are helping with that growth. Now, if you found this video helpful thus far, it would mean the world to me if you wouldn't mind going down below, clicking that like button real quick so that YouTube knows that I'm putting out some helpful content. All right, my fifth and final reason here for why you should consider moving to Center City, Philly in 2023 is quality of life. Really, this is the most important one, I think, and it's a summation of what we've been talking about. Especially if you're coming from a higher cost of living area, there's a strong allure here to the many benefits that we get in this large city without the crazy high costs of living. And I think that's, again, what's most important really is your quality of life, your health, your enjoyment of life, and things like that. So come to Philly and be happy. And if you think Philly is all positive and I am biased, feel free to check out this video right here, exploring 5 reasons why you should potentially not move to Center City, Philadelphia.